we're trying something here. This is a live. Usually I'm dressed, and so my friends are like, no, come on, let's do a live before we go work out. So I'm not all dressed up and stuff, so it's all good. But I got a list of a few questions that people have asked. Excuse me. And so just gonna answer some of these questions. So we'll see. And if you here and got a question, just send it to me, and I'll see if I can answer it. So here we go. Question number one says, "Why do you post on YouTube?" Well, this channel started a number of years ago, and so the reason I post is I post for the fun of it. And if you know me, I'm not trying to get monetized. I just enjoy the process of creating videos. I do like the interaction with subscribers. Most of my subscriber base is from the Philippines because that's really how I gained traction was because I sing Tagalog songs, which is called OPMs, Original Pinoy Music. And so that's really the majority of my subscriber base. So my next question, let's see. What are your favorite OPM singers? Oh, good Lord, that's a lot. Ogie Alcasi, you have Martin Rivera, and one of the first OPMs was Basil Valdez. Ngayon at Kailanman was probably one of the first ones that I learned, and that's when I kind of fell in love with the lyrical nature of OPMs. And there's some female artists out there as well, but those are just a couple. Naturally they're guys, and so I kind of listen to them. Those are a couple right there. What do you remember most about the Philippines? Oh my God, I would have to. It is. I would have to say, since I had never been to the Philippines before, we got off the plane, and the first restaurant we went to was they just built one here in the Dallas area. Yeah, and Jollibee. It was Jollibee. So we went to Jollibee and we had the rice and gravy and chicken. And so, but probably the food is one of the things that I remember most. A very, 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 very close second would be how nice the people were to me, even though naturally I don't look Filipino, but everyone was very, very nice to me, even when I went to the markets and things like that. Probably, and so that's what I remember most is the food and how nice the Filipinos were to me. Let's see. So I'm kind of going through these. We compiled a list, and so these are the ones that came up. So, who are your musical influences? One would be a lady named Roxy Douglas, and she was my first piano teacher. She had a master's degree in piano performance. And as far as singing is concerned, it would have to be a lady named Cindy Rowe. She was my first choir director, and I think that was about sixth grade. And so they kind of influenced my outlook on music and kind of opened me up to especially classical music. And I absolutely love classical music. And those are probably my first musical influences. How old were you when you learned how to play? Oh, I took my first piano lesson when I was 12 years old, and then I started playing for church when I was 14, roughly around 14. And so I've been playing literally for churches ever since. What is your favorite type of food? Well, soul food, fried chicken and macaroni and cheese when it's done well. But I still love Filipino food. Lumpia is probably one of my favorite foods, and I think it's called sinigang. And sinigang, I think is that the garlic rice I'm checking with my friend here. That's not the garlic rice, but sinigang is a soup, I do believe. And so the sinigang is really, really good. But they have this garlic rice, and I can't remember what it's called, but it's really good. They normally would eat that in the mornings. So so hold on just one second. I'm trying to get the name of what's the name of it real quick.
Sinigang. Siningag.
Sinigang. Yeah, sinigang. Okay. Um, What are your pet peeves? Pet peeves are kind of things that kind of get under your skin. I my biggest pet peeve is rude people. I don't really think that there's a need to be rude. I mean, everybody's in a rush nowadays. You know, you're driving really fast and you get behind somebody, and where are they going? Oh, they're just nowhere. They're going to the grocery store or something like that. Everybody's in a rush to go nowhere, which is fine. But there's no need to give me the salute, if you know what I mean, the one finger salute. But just people talking rude to each other. There's really no need for that. That's a huge pet peeve of mine. My favorite color is purple. Yeah. What are your favorite TV shows? Now, I do not watch a lot of TV, and I never have watched a lot of TV. Um, what is my favorite TV show? I don't know. I like watching cartoons, like the original Looney Tunes. I like watching those. But here lately, I have gotten into some anime. There's an anime called Carol and Tuesday, and it's about two young ladies that are musicians. And I actually found myself going home really quick to after work to go watch that show, to go watch an episode. I ended up watching a whole episode of that. And then there's another anime, with Luffy. Oh, it's called One Piece. One Piece. And so I've been watching them in their adventures. So I've kind of gotten into anime right now. Somebody said red wine or white. Depends on what I'm eating. Typically white. I typically do white wine. Why do you stop uploading YouTube videos? I work a lot. And so for the most part, it was just a timing issue. And then before you know it, a week slipped by, a month slipped by, and then in some cases, 6, 8 months, even a year went by before I posted a video. And I work 3 jobs. I've always worked 2 to 3 jobs, and so finding the time to actually learn a song, play a song, for me it takes time because I always want to make sure that I have a translation. Most of the time I post Tagalog songs, and so I always want to make sure that I have a translation, that I understand what I'm singing. And so it takes time. So sometimes working, I don't get that time during the week. Sometimes you're working overtime and at one job, and then I sleep for 2 or 3 hours, then go to my next job. Yeah, so my schedule is crazy, but that is the reason why. Where have you traveled? I'm not sure if they meant out of the country or in the States. So in the States, California, Louisiana, Florida, excuse me, since I live in Texas, all the states bordering Texas. But I've also gone to Madrid, Spain, Nigeria, and naturally the Philippines. I'm trying to think if I've gone somewhere else. If I've gone somewhere else, I don't remember, but those are the places that I remember the most. What are your hobbies? Working and working and working. So I play piano and I sing. I direct choirs at church. So, and I do like to cook. I do enjoy cooking. But with all of that, I just have a few hobbies. I want to learn Tagalog, but that's not really a hobby. That's one of the things I'm looking forward to, is trying to learn Tagalog. Since I sing in Tagalog, I understand a word here and a word there, but I normally have a friend of mine who speaks fluent Tagalog. They translate it for me. So at some point, I want to be able to have a conversation in Tagalog. So it's kind of off the subject. But anyway, let's keep going. What are your thoughts on the current sound of OPM? It's a little bit of a lighter sound. When I got into OPMs, it's probably, almost 15 years ago. It's almost like this large, big operatic sound with high notes, and it's called a bidik, where you hit this really high note and you kind of show off how big your voice is. But I've noticed that OPM has taken a bit of a softer tone, where it's a little bit more head voice. It's a lighter tone, a few more runs and things like that. Even before with the big voice, you still had to be able to sing the notes, but you have to have a lot of power. And right now, what I've noticed is you don't really have to have as much power. Here in America, it'd be similar to just kind of a light R&B song, where you just Whatever it is. It's just a light lilting tone. But what OPM has, it seems like from what I've been studying, it is going toward that trend right now. But everything is cyclical. It's all cyclical. This one says, can you sing a gospel song a cappella for your subscribers? You have to forgive me. There's been a slight change in the weather, and so my voice is not 100%. Oh, I mean, I know so many, and now I can't think of any just because I'm sitting here in front of the camera. When peace like a river attendeth my way, when sorrow like sea billows roar. That's the wrong key. Whatever my lot, thou hast taught me to say, it is well with my soul. All right, don't laugh at me. All right, here we go. What are your goals for your channel? The goal for my channel is really to have fun. If I cease having fun with it, then I don't even want to do it anymore. Right now, I still love the engagement with the subscribers. You will ask questions, or they'll comment on something that will comment on one of the videos. So one of the goals would be to increase the engagement. Just been able to say, that reach out to them or have them to reach out to me, because we have, I think it's over 4,600 subscribers, and when the channel started, several years ago, I think it only started with 7. So to build it up from 7 to 46, a lot of people can do that, but our channel is such a niche, and so we branched out a little bit, but pretty much the reason why the channel started was because I was singing in Tagalog, and I was on a show called Wawa We, which was hosted by Willie Revillame in the Philippines. And so, we got a lot of subscribers from that because people saw me. And so, but that's, here in America, that's really a niche market, singing Tagalog. And so, but like I said, to go up from 7 to it's over 4,600 right now, 4,600. So, I think, okay, we have a
Question
okay, you got a question
from Taylor.
right from Taylor. Oh, Taylor. Okay. Oh, sweet. Thank you, Taylor. Taylor says amazing. She says, "What's your favorite type of content to film?" Okay, my favorite type of content to film. I have to be honest. I just recently, I'm used to just sitting at a piano and singing. But if you notice, we sort of branched out, and I've done some exercise. I've done one exercise video. We've done some Miss Universe vlogs as well. But still, I still go back to my favorite type of content to film is I still love OPMs. I still love singing OPMs. And so that is my favorite. It takes time, like I said before, since I don't speak the language, I have to learn the song. And then because of my classical background, I have to do it phonetically. But then I never want to sing a song unless I know what it means. So I get it translated for me. And sometimes it's a word, and most of the time it's a word for word translation. So Taylor, I want to say thank you so much. I appreciate you. I appreciate you listening, and thank you for your question. But yeah, that's my favorite type of content to film. Okay, so we gotta go. Let me see. What's a typical weekday for you? Good Lord. So I'm a manager here at a particular company, and so that I work full time at that job. I work Tuesday through Saturday. I also teach private lessons at a Avalon. It's called Avalon School of Music over in Wiley. And so I teach Monday through Thursday. So my schedule is kind of all over the place. Then on Thursdays, I have choir rehearsal. So Thursdays are a really long day because I work it at the company. Then I teach, and then I have to go again. I teach private lessons, and then I have to go to rehearsal. So, but yeah, so that's my typical week. So something is going on almost every single day. How many students am I currently teaching? Right now at the school, I have 20. I have 29. I have 29. Okay.
More questions.
Okay, and we have one more question from chat. Um, let's see, from Taylor. Okay. Oh, where did you learn to play piano, and how long have you been playing? Okay. She said she's always wanted to learn but can't read music. Oh, wait a minute, I'm assuming it's a she. Okay. Taylor, I started playing, I took my first lesson when I was 12 years old. And I've been playing ever since. I'm a little older than 12 now. But yeah, I've been playing ever since. I was kind of to piggyback on that question. I took lessons, but I've always sang in church. But then when I was in, I don't know, roughly about the same time, sixth grade or whatever, I got into choir in school, which was sixth grade. Got into choir, and so then that's when I kind of fell in love with classical music as well. Because at about the same time, I started playing piano and also started singing in school, singing in choir in school. And so, but yeah, that's it. That's how long I've been playing. See, I'm teaching. Let me see. What's my favorite Filipino food? Oh, probably tapas. There was we went to Palawan. No. We went to San Pablo Laguna. San Pablo Laguna. I call her my Lola, my best friend's grandmother. Her sister, the grandmother's sister, Lola Reto, she made some of the best tapas, and I have not had any like that since. I've had some good ones, but she made the best tapas, and so that's probably my favorite Filipino food. What do you miss most about the Philippines? Well, naturally the food. It's kind of the same reasons why I like the Philippines: the food and the people. But it's even more so because my best friend, I might as well just call him my brother. We've been friends for over 20 years. And so when I went over there the first time, I didn't know anybody. I just went over there with my friend's family. And so now his family has basically become my family. So they send me texts and messages on Facebook to see how I'm doing. And so, when you say, what do I miss most about the Philippines? And it's really the people, the interaction with the people. I'm still amazed that, I'm all the way over here in America. And then I have people over in the Philippines that are thinking about me and saying, "Hey, how you doing?" They call me big man because I'm 6'1", and at that time I was a little bit heavier. I was probably about 250 pounds. So they always call me big man, which is fine, and so it's a term of endearment. I take no offense to it at all, and I actually like it. So, but they'll send me something on Facebook to say, "Hey, big man, how you doing? Just want to check on you. How's you and your family? How are you and your family doing?" And I really do appreciate that from them. Let me see. Which one is it? Oh, I'm sorry. I got another question in chat. Right here. What says my order at Jollibee? Okay. What's your what was my order at Jollibee? I didn't know what to order, so they got me this pile of rice and said I don't eat a lot of rice, but in the Philippines, you get refills of rice. But anyway, they brought me this pile of rice and chicken and gravy. I'm trying to think what else did I have. And I think they had the tea. Oh, and the tea was delicious. Oh my goodness, it was so good. And the last one is, what are your favorite Filipino singers? Right now, I really like. I was still like I mentioned earlier, but I would have to mention Jaya in this one because her voice is so smooth. And then Lani Misalucha, absolutely love the way that she sang "Bukas na lang kita mamahalin." Absolutely gorgeous, and I love her voice. I like the timbre of their voices. Naturally, Martin Rivera. I say, as you can tell, I'm tending to go toward those that have been in the music industry for a while, and naturally, Gary V. Um, and then I'm trying to think. There was another because I went on a TV show with Ogie. I think it was Ogie Alcasi, and then I met Regine as well. Super super nice. I got to meet all of them, and I think I covered his song, and so I got to meet him, and I had to sing the song in front of him, and it's a little intimidating when you cover a song and the original artist is there. But yeah, but those are probably my biggest. And so I think we got another question here. Let me see. Anyone? She said, Taylor, anyone you meet from the Philippines really treats you like family, and I have to agree with that 1,000% because everybody was super super nice to me. I never expect just because we sometimes Americans we go over to places and we expect to be treated a certain way just because we're American, and I never want to be treated like that expectation is there. I always want to meet people. I want them to be authentic with me, and so everybody that I have met, they've been very authentic with me. At least I feel like they've been authentic with me, and I have just enjoyed it. And you are correct, Taylor. They have all just treated me like family. Probably one of the coolest moments, and some people don't like this, but I can't remember where it was because we went to a lot of different. It was my first time there when I went the first time. A lot of different places. There was this older lady. She was probably in her late 60s, early 70s, I would guess. And so I was just walking through the market, and she walks up to me, and she was real quiet. She said, "Hey, can I touch your face?" And typically I don't like people touching my face because I just don't. It's just one of my things. But I don't know if she had seen a black person before or not, but she just wanted to touch my face, and I said yeah. And so then she does like this to my face, and she held my face like this. She said, "Oh, so smooth." And the one thing that I have to remember is I mean, maybe she's never encountered a black person before, and I could have easily just said, "No, no, don't touch me, touch me." But she was very quiet with it. She wasn't, she was very respectful of my space. For whatever reason, she just wanted to touch my face, and it intrigued her, and we went on with it. So that's it. Oh, that's it. I think we have another question. Let me see. Will you be do? Oh, wait a minute. Hold on. Wait a minute. There's a couple of them here. Let me get. Okay. So, do you watch RuPaul's Drag Race or just into pageants? I don't really watch RuPaul's Drag Race. I have seen a couple of shows, but the pageants. I recently got into pageants. Just kind of watching them just a little bit. And so I'm still learning that whole thing. That's a different arena than what I'm used to. But typically, just right now, it's just the pageant, just the pageants. So the RuPaul's Drag Race, I have seen it, and it is funny. They're very creative. I will have to say they are creative. So I'm just checking to make sure we don't have any other questions. So all right, so we have some that we already found, and so when do you plan to go back to the Philippines? 2024, sometime in 2024. That's the next time we're going to go back to the Philippines. What songs are you currently working on? I've been listening to some new artists. I think I did one cover of a Ben and Ben song. Excuse me, I'm going to have a drink of water here in just a minute. I'm looking at a huh?
Hold on, your brother came through. Call him up.
Oh, Aton, my brother is on. Hey, Aton, how you doing, man? Okay. Man, I'm glad you are on. It's good to see you. It's good to see you. So then we have another question. That is such a great story. Really shows the beauty of different cultures coming together. Amen to that. Amen to that. And so I appreciate you and your questions, Taylor. Thank you so much. But Aton, man, it's good to see you on. And I've been bad about calling, and texting, so don't be mad at me. So, all right. So we're gonna kind of wrap this up. What is it?
The song you was.
Oh. Let me see. Oh, what songs are you currently working on? I'm looking at a couple of Filipino artists right now. Somebody had requested a sort of a not a spiritual song, but a what is it called? Um, I'm trying to think of what it's called. There's a term for it. You know, kind of a not. It doesn't make you feel. Yeah, kind of a feel good song, inspirational song. The kind of an inspirational song. And so, but I got to get those translated before I do them. I was listening to Naktak Puman, and I was listening to it, and I really liked it, and I liked the message of that song. So I'm probably gonna do that one. There's another Ben and Ben cover. Someone asked me to do, so I'm probably gonna do that as well. So that's just really quick. And Aton said, "Do you know the way to San Jose?" Yes, by Southwest. And tell CJ that I said hello. The last one, let's see. Can you sing a Tagalog song, a small sample? Okay, give me a second. I'll try to do a sample. All right, and then there's another question. Yeah, yes, the queens are fierce on RuPaul's Drag Race. Would love to see your opinions or recaps of the show in future content. Okay, I'll take a note of that. And that may be something that I can respond to. I can do a response video to RuPaul's Drag Race. That'll be fun to do. I think what it was a sample. Was that the other one? A sample? Probably the sample that I do the most because if you go to my YouTube channel, this one has the most hits. It's Sana Muli Muli by Gary Vee. Sana mahuli muli ang mga oras nating nakaraan. Bakit nakaganito? Nalaho naman pag-ibig mo. Sana mahuli muli. So, yeah, and I'm not warmed up, so all right. So we'll just do just a couple of more questions here, and let's see. Hold on, I'm getting a little help here. Oh, okay. Oh, okay. Somebody asked, what are our thoughts on? Yeah, these last two we'll probably have to do another video on because they're going to require a definite response, and so this will be a good chance to do another live or at least do another video. What are your thoughts on mental health? That one could be a whole video on its own, but the short answer is I don't think there is. I mean, everybody has an opinion on what needs to be done, but it's difficult when you're dealing with mental health because when you're dealing with human beings, there's so many variables that are involved that it's really difficult to pinpoint one thing. I would simply say that in a society where we have social media, if I'm not mistaken, I can't remember where I read this, but most people feel more alone because of social media, or you feel like you don't measure up because of social media. So I have to be honest with you. I myself have been bullied on social media. You know, whatever name you can think of, racial epithet that you can think of, I have been called that. And if my mental health was not strong, I wouldn't be doing videos. I do videos because I like doing videos. Even if one or two people watch videos, I really don't watch the count. Like I don't even know if anybody's watching now, which is, you know, I do know there's a couple of people watching.
8.
Oh, there's 8 people watching. So some people say, oh, why would you do that for just 8 people? Why not do it for 8 people? Right now, everybody is mad about something. Everybody, I won't say everybody, and I'm sort of being very general. But when you talk to people nowadays, people are just they need to express themselves. They need to simply talk. Some people can't afford mental health counselors and psychiatrists and things like that. And so when we begin to talk about mental health, I've had several students, not several, but I can think of 3 just immediately right offhand that they tried to commit suicide. And so when we begin to deal with mental health, that's kind of a personal issue for me, and I take it very seriously. And and I wish I had the answer, and I don't think anybody really has the answer. The answer, one of the things that I do is I just simply listen. I don't try to fix the problem. I just simply listen, and I ask questions, because one, in that process, I get to know who I'm talking to, and I get to know them as a person. I get to try to figure out their life story, and having a conversation with people. I understand social media. Social media, everybody does it for the clicks and the likes and the accolades, and they try to compare themselves with somebody else. I'm too old for that. I'm past that point in my life. I am who I am. I'm comfortable in my own skin, but it took me a long time to get like that. It took me a long time to say, you know what? I'm okay with being Isaac. I'm okay that I enjoy classical music. I'm okay that I enjoy traveling. I'm okay that I enjoy going to the Philippines. I'm okay that I'm a little bit overweight, and I'm working on that right now. It's a work in progress. I'm okay with all of that. The names that you call me, the racial epithets that you call me, I've been called that all my life. That doesn't affect me anymore. I've made it past that. I've learned how to deal with that. But not everybody can do that. Now, and some people are just getting into that process to where they're trying to discover, they're trying to figure out who they are. And I grew up in a slightly different time where you had to grin and bear it. But more importantly, you had to figure out who you are. You had to figure out what your breaking point is. What is it that takes you to the edge? You have to figure out who you are. And my answer is it's a very simplistic answer. It is certainly not the answer for everyone. It is just that it is what has worked for me. It's just worked for me. So mental health, again, I simply just listen, and I try to meet people where they are emotionally, and I try to be there for them as a good friend. And so hopefully that answered the question. I know I kind of rambled on a bit about that. So here, we'll take another question or two, the last one. Oh, okay. You should definitely do more live streams as well. So cool to hang out and get to know you better. Taylor, thank you so much again. Social media is definitely a highlight reel of others' lives too. Hard to find real content nowadays. It's so special to have a community like you do. Oh, like you do on this channel. Yes, yes, yes. One of the things I always try to be is I always try to be authentic. What you see is what you get. Um, I do have to tone it down a little bit. I do kind of cuss a lot, so and I'm surprised I haven't cussed on this video yet. But that's kind of what I'm trying. Yeah. But when you create that community, and people have a safe space, and they know that they can tell you things. Most of the time nowadays, people use social media as a way to exploit, or if you tell somebody something, oh, well, so and so told me this. I'm past that point. I'm past those childish games. I don't really have time for that kind of stuff anymore. Okay. Okay. Your message for your subscribers, Isaac. I would just say, this channel started. So so that's a great question, and I'll end it. I'll end it on this. That's a great statement at the end. What is my message? My message is simply this. There's some people that have been rocking with us for a long time. When I say us, my friend and I, we started this channel, I think it's like 14 or 15 years ago. And we simply started the channel just for the love of music. We simply started just to have fun. And, once we realized, let me stay on point. I'm about to get off track. So let me get back on point, and it's about my message to some subscribers. So there's some subscribers. They have been following me for a long time, and so later on, let me just say I really do appreciate that. I mean, I wish I had the time to get to know all of you on an individual basis. But some of you just post comments, and some of you don't post anything. You simply just like the content, and I just want to say I thank you for that. There's no way that we could have gone from 7 subscribers to over 4,600 subscribers without our, without people listening to us and they like the content. So I just want to say to our subscribers, thank you so much. You've been rocking with us a long time. So all of you that are on live stream, I certainly do thank you. If you know somebody that would like our content, have them click subscribe to Hi JR Sings. So thank you guys so much. Y'all have a great evening. Peace.